She exhales smoke and points 2 fingers at you and woo. You two need your sins burned, and you need them burned fast. Hong Kong dragnets are bad news. When they roll in force. Armored personnel carriers, heavy armor, heavy weapons, sorcerers, the whole thing. And they aren't coming to arrest you. She folds her arms across her chest. The thin cigar bobs in her mouth as she speaks. The good news is, I can help you. With a wave of my hand, I can have your sins disappear. But you need to understand, my darlings, is that what you're asking for? Is that what you're asking for is not a simple request. Burning a sin is just deleting a number. It's wiping all reference to that number from all of the world's largest databases. It's masking your mugshot in their facial recognition database so that the first camera you walk past doesn't bring them down on you like a ton of bricks. It's covering our drecking tracks so that the act of burning your sin doesn't lead them right to us. It requires contacts in numerous corporations and the UCAS government. It requires someone like me. Therefore, I need to make a choice. Do I kill you, dispose of your bodies before the cops come looking? Or do I help you burn your sins? I wonder if every choice she makes is like, kill someone on one hand, buy a new roll of toilet paper. It's just always the other choice. Somebody dies. You may want to think about your rep as a fixer. 2 of your runners were taken down by the cops and you have no idea why. Ooh, sassy. Cheng rests her chin in her hand again and smiles at you coldly. So clever, so clever. Her chin stays on her hand, but her eyes look past you, surveying the Yellow Lotus soldiers in the room. Yes, I have been placed in a delicate situation, haven't I? Regardless, that's the situation whether you're alive or you're sucking dirt. She stares at you for a long moment, chin still on hand. Thinking, taps her ash on the floor without taking her eyes off of you. A low, reluctant growl rumbles somewhere deep in her throat. You live. You're clever, and I like that. I'll put your sins to the torch. However, I'll need to call in several valuable favors within my network to do it. And those favors do not come cheap. Looks like I'll be doing some runs. Looks like I'm gonna have a steady case of the runs. That doesn't sound right. You will owe me. What do you want us to do? Can't say I'm surprised. She pokes a finger in your direction. Of course not. You seem to have an understanding of how the world works. The give and take that is a part of every fruitful relationship. So was there a chance there? You know, like, 'cause RPGs have choices, consequences. Was there like a 30% chance that she just pulls out a gun and blows me away and I reload from the last save? That'd have been nice. I want you to deliver a message for me to a business associate in the walled city. Here we go with the walled city again. Is it the city of the insane? The Yellow Lotus has a strong presence inside, Lovey. Isabel can tell you all about it, can't you, dear? Isabel grew up in the walled city. Oh, Isabel. They collect taxes for the corporations. Extort protection money from shopkeepers. Run drugs, guns, people. They hurt people. Trying to make her like a computer. We do those things, yes. But to be fair, we also operate the walled city's black market. You might not be alive today if it weren't for the lifeline that we provide. She clams up tight. Tighter than a clam. Cheng picks up a mahjong towel and turns it with her fingers. Did you win? There is a red pole, a sort of enforcer, yes, on the inside. His name is Strangler Bao. Bao is a strong man, a good soldier, but he has forgotten his place. I need you to remind him. Want us to make an example of him? Let me guess, by reminding him, you mean put a bullet in his head? No. If I wanted him dead, I would have said so. Don't jump to conclusions. You aren't any good at it. This is a message for Bao. You will deliver it to him in my name and then return to me. Messenger! I better get to shoot someone. Remember, Lovey, Bao's men are my men. By right, they should all be serving me. I would prefer it if you did this quietly and without killing them. I have no use for dead soldiers. One of you will go with these two Westerners to the walled city. Help them locate Bao and show them the ropes. The other will remain here with me. I have several menial and degrading tasks that need doing around the establishment. No matter who goes and who stays, you'll both pay for bringing an APB to my doorstep. Yes, Auntie. Yes, Auntie. Now I'm going to find out who ordered the hit on Nightjar and do some dentistry on him with power tools. Nice. She closes her eyes and smiles with pleasure. That boy was my favorite. He sang to me sometimes. Was it heavy metal? She opens her eyes again and sneers. That other one I don't care about. Gutshot was an a-hole. Jeez, Gutshot. Nobody liked you, man. Nobody. She turns away and waves you off the back of her hand. Waves you off with the back of her hand. That will be all, my darlings. Return to me when you are done. I'll just leave. Goodbye. Karma gained 3 and a data stick. I got stuff. Ooh, more karma. I think I can buy something. I can buy dodge. Oh, I can't quite buy range combat. That's what I want. So I'm going to save up for that. Let's see what's in the old backpack. Drugs. Medicine. Duncan. Duncan? You got nothing, man. Which essence do I have? 6. Mission items. The very basics. Alright. Good old F5 save, yep. Oh, I'm back again. Now go away, I'm busy. Alright. Anything to loot? Curses. Now we get to talk to people. Hello, smuggler. Looking for your friends? Just off the docks, you spot a sea-worn man with a smile that's almost too wide for his head. His teeth shine white against the thick black bush of his beard. One moment, please. Yowza. His clothes are a myriad of colors, patterns, and fabrics, a smattering of cultures draped across his body. If there's anything he's clearly advertising, it's the extent of his travels. You see something you like? His voice is coarse, like steel wool on your eardrums. Come and get it, because now's your last chance. Everything is on sale. Won't find prices like these anywhere else, my friend. Show me what you're selling. Are you selling stolen merchandise? His name is Smuggler. You from around here? No, not here. Plans to leave these waters soon as I wrangle up enough supplies to do so. He leans towards you, voice lower, breath surprisingly free of alcohol. There are things happening here. Locals call them dreams. I call them evil. And I don't want no more of that. What do you dream about? What did you dream about? Does it matter? All I remember clearly is how I felt during and after, drained, as if these dreams leached away some of my good years. No. No more of that. If you know what's good for you, you'll leave too. You really think they're that bad? No doubt about it, they're evil all night, all right. And things like that will only get worse. And even if they don't, you'll never forget them. The feelings, the thoughts, they set into your mind like a stain. Show me what you're selling. Weapons. Ooh. Sniper rifle. Oh, I can afford it. Easily found on the black market. 16 damage. An Uzi. Spells. Manbolt. Grenades. Programs. Yeah, looks like I'm buying a sniper rifle. 1 item's in cart. I love it. It's just good UI. People know what this means. Oh, I can sell items. All my money. There we go. Don't mess with the law. The insulation on these heavy wires is cracked. They buzz and crackle occasionally as stray drips from the awning strike. Got distracted for half a second. I didn't have to read the rest of that. Curses! Talk to the Frederick. Kafai. Ah, sweet. This guy looks awesome. Like his cat. Alternating red eyes. That's close enough, friend. The club is members and invites only. I suggest you just move along. Gotcha. I don't need your club. The thug taps his earpiece, gestures his head. Auntie Chang said he'd be coming. You can pass. Uh-huh. Ooh. Enter the walled city. But first, I must do some more exploring. Not that way. Oh no. I'm out of stuff to explore, but I like exploring. Spoon cooking kids right here. What's this all about? Up to no good. My first run. Laws Techno Palace. Club 88. Choosing your team. When traveling to new mission locations, you'll be able to choose which members of your team to bring and modify their loadout for the run. some dock wagon. Duncan. He's got to be in. Add selected runner. A decker or a shaman? Oh, she's got some extra. A mini grenade launcher. Adds 5 seconds when hacking blocker ice. Fires miniature grenades. Wow, that's pretty sweet. What does she got? She's got the SMG, the buffs. I think I want to take Isabel. Ooh, she's got a data jack. Right. So I go to the stash. Nope. Is there some way to... I didn't have anything in stash, but... City of Darkness. Kowloon Walled City, the most densely populated spot on Earth. 40,000 people crammed into 7 acres of chaos, poverty, disease, and vice. Mos Eisley, basically. A self-contained city that collects no taxes and provides no city services. Stagnant water sits in temporary wells. Trash lies piled on roofs for controlled burns. Excuse me. Improvised structures lean dangerously over populated areas. It's the ideal breeding ground for all manner of illicit trade, drugs, gambling, black market trade, metahuman trafficking, and everything in between. The only law is triad law. And now you need to enter this septic system of a city. Find a triad enforcer named Strangler Bow and deliver a message from Kindly Chang. Oh, here we go. The stash screen. I think everyone's good. Oh, that stuff's locked. Can't touch it. It's got a cool outfit. 2 armor? What a dream. I only have 1. Hand it over. I remember in the last game it was quite difficult to move equipment around in some places. Looks like they've dramatically improved that. That's amazing. Love it. I'm always interested to see what people have learned from the previous games and improved on. Some of the stuff's obvious. Some of it's not as obvious. It's tough to know what people care about second, third, fourth, and fifth most until after you fix the top thing they're complaining about. I've got karma, but not enough. I need 5. Foul, oily water rains down from above, mixes with the filth and offal and swill of the streets, turns it into a flowing slurry of unrecognizable sewage. Oof. In the distance, the sounds of back alley activity add to the ambiance of your arrival. Breaking glass, the crackling hiss of a garbage fire, faint screams of terror punctuated by the occasional gunshot. Sex and business and violence and misery blended into one. Wu winces at the stink, waves a hand in front of his face. Raymond said that prosperity is in the walled city, but I don't see it. Why the hell would he want to set foot in this place? Who knows? He'd have to be insane to travel to the walled city. As I think we said, it's the worst slum in the Eastern Hemisphere. Maybe the worst in the world. Somewhere in the West is worse. She does her best to suppress a shudder. Can't keep the dread from creeping into her voice. Can't believe I grew up here. And I'm glad I brought you. You know the place. I could be sympathetic. You could have brought Gobbet instead. I would have been cool with that. Gobbet doesn't have a grenade launcher though, girly. Connect the rotting tenements, sagging architecture. Frowning, she points to a spot in the distance. There was a market over there when I was a kid. Might not be a bad place to start. I thought you knew where to find Strangler Bow. I do. We need to get into the Lotus Den. That's what Bow calls the little island of control that he's carved out for himself here. It's a stupid name, but it's stuck. He'll have guards posted at every entrance, but we might be able to find a way around them through the market. That's what Kindly would prefer. They probably aren't expecting anyone to come in force. We can kick in the door, drop the guards, hand over the message, and get the hell out. Kindly doesn't want them dead. She wants them to remember where their loyalties lie. It's tough to remember much of anything when you've got a bullet in your head. It's true. I found that to be true. I mean, we could kill them if you really wanted to. Technically, Bao's the only one that has to live, but I'd rather keep Annie Cheng happy than piss her off again. That'll be up to them. I like the way you think. I want out of this place as soon as possible. Damn right. Let's do this. On 3. Shadowrunners. 1, 2, 3. Shadowrunners. Optional. Do not kill any Yellow Lotus. Oh, and both of my friends have to survive? Ugh. Ugh. Trash. Let's inspect. I do like the environments. There's a lot of really great detail. Putrid stench emanates from the remains of... something. Oh, someone to talk to. A merchant? But I'm penniless. A bedraggled old woman looks up from her sewing at the sound of reproach. Clothing! Oh no, it's the armor vendor. What's the news here? Anything interesting? Ever heard anyone say... prosperity? I don't know what that means. Nothing changes. Strangler Bao is the big man now. He is very important, very impatient. You know Bao. Yeah. I'd love to meet him. Well, he requested a suit, and it took only 1 day longer than expected. The bastard refused to accept it. She spits. You see your friend Bao. This guy doesn't seem very important if he's ordering clothes from some dock merchant that stands in the rain all day. You say your friend Bao, you tell him that he still owes me for my time. I don't sew for nothing. You can eat air. You can't eat air. That's right, woman. You stick up for yourself. Maybe she is the best. I mean, this place is just such a dump, but this is the best you can get. Hey, MJP, how you doing? Yeah, Blood Bowl 2 is later. Playing some Shadowrun Hong Kong for the moment. Get right on that. You see that you do. Now, what else do you want? Later, lady. Oh, I can't buy anything? No armor vendor. No armor vendor here. Help! She's bloodied. Probably from some dark ritual. A young woman lies on the ground. She's a bloody mess. Streaks and spatters of crimson crisscross her blouse and mat her hair. Judging by the quality of her clothing and the bag on her shoulder, you'd make her out as a student. She's as out of place here as a librarian would be in a game of urban brawl. She struggles to move, but she's clearly exhausted. The dark circles under her eyes tell you that she hasn't slept in days. When the woman sees you heading her way, her face hardens. You see her hand slip into her jacket pocket. But as she studies your faces, the fear in her eyes gives way to curiosity. That's right, we're out of towners. Predators. I'm okay though, the blood's theirs. Thought I'd rest here for a minute before I got back to work. It's hardcore. I'm a student at HKU. Doing some research. Gotta finish before I can leave. This place is dangerous. What are you doing here alone? Field work. I've been taking readings and gathering stories for my master's thesis on Feng Shui in the Sixth World. Probably not a lot of it here. Everything, I think. Absolutely everything. Rich people hire geomancers to design the interiors of their homes to attune them just right to achieve balance and harmony. The poor have nothing like that. Leave a slum to fester long enough and you get this. I think that the negative feng shui of places like this affects the people who live here. That it changes them in a fundamental way, makes them less capable of breaking the cycle and getting out. That's what I'm trying to prove. Interesting. Before the awakening, people thought of feng shui as a philosophical system. Now in the Sixth World, it's more than that. It's actually a form of magic. But can you make furniture fly with your superpowers? That's the question. That is the question. So how's the key in this place? The whole thing revolves around key, the invisible life energy that binds every person and thing together. The force. It's very real here in Hong Kong. Nobody knows the reason why. Maybe it's only real because people believe that it is. The important thing is it's a measurable, quantifiable phenomenon. There's an entire industry that's grown up around it. No, it isn't. Not at all. The feng shui in the walled city is completely screwed. I mean, just look at the place. Just smell at the place. She gestures at the squalor surrounding you. The key is all wrong here. You can feel it, right? I felt that something was wrong the minute I walked in. Bad key, huh? Key needs to flow. Positive feng shui allows that to happen. If key gets pent up and trapped, it goes sour. That's what's happening here. No, that's just milk. The woman clears her throat, then lets out a hacking cough. The effort requires a moment for her to recover before she speaks again. You know, I hate to admit it, but I could use some help. I started running, and well, I guess you'd call it an experiment of sorts. Nothing conclusive, just a few quick trials to support my hypothesis before I go into hardcore data gathering mode. Hardcore data gathering. There are only a few things left to do. If you could finish them for me, I could get out of here. Please follow the notes on this sheet. Just say what you need us to do. Well, he's just down. I need you to make adjustments to the areas feng shui. My notes will tell you how. The goal is to remove sources of friction and to record the results. My hypothesis is that even small adjustments can have a measurable impact on key flow. If I'm right, it should improve, and life here should get just a little bit better. You rest. I'll take care of it. You rest. Repaired the walled city. Let's take a look. The note has a list of repairs, most of them crossed off. There are some left, scrawled in an uneasy hand. Sparking wires, trinket man. Broken water shut-off valve, lower level, burning tires, past market. There's a tire fire? Oh, man. Nobody said this was Detroit. I guess that's the greatest slum on Earth. The greatest slum on Earth? Is that? This one's mine. Step off. This what is yours? This puddle? Help yourself, mine. Trinket Man. Is this Trinket Man? Oh, another merchant. The street vendor gestures toward a jumbled pile of tarnished chairs, costume jewelry, and trinkets on a stained flannel blanket. Look at these beauties. Costume jewelry merchant in the middle of a place that the bare necessities are not covered. No. Just no. How can you stand this place? Show me what you're selling. Oh, he's selling elementals. Nice. Walk away. See you around, man. Wires are sparking dangerously just above the doorway. Oh, could I have undersold some of my attributes? That would have been amazing. Baby Chaos versus Underworld's the best matchup for me. Nice. Nice. Yeah, Baby Chaos is fun. No skills. Ooh, that's one job. One job knocked out. How do I get to this place? I can't. That's where I came in. Oh, by the way, I love games that... So this is one of the big decisions when you're making a game like this, the isometric view, is whether or not to allow the camera to shift. And I prefer games that choose not. I know a lot of people want to be able to move the camera around, but it's easier on the developers, for sure, to not let the camera be moved. It ensures that the gameplay is set for this view rather than all the potential views that a player could get. Once you allow players to get the control of setting the camera sort of wherever they want, it becomes much more difficult to make sure that the gameplay is good from all angles. And so players can get themselves into really bad views. They can get themselves out of it, sure, but I believe in the purity of one look, one view. Gameplay environments look great from that one view. Gives you more control, make sure that you're... Now you have to follow through and make sure it does look amazing from that one view. And that you're getting the most out of your view. But I think the overall quality of the game goes up when there aren't as many views to worry about. So I applaud that choice.